Hi, and welcome to the Day Trading for Beginners podcast. This is season 3, episode 6. And in this episode, I'm talking about a momentum trading strategy. And in last week's podcast, I announced that I'm starting to trade real money, and I am using a momentum trading strategy. So in this podcast, I just wanted to sort of explain a little bit broadly about what momentum trading is. So my name is Tyler Stokes from StokesTrades.com. I am on a journey to become a full-time day trader. And below in the show notes, you can actually follow along with my real trading challenge. I am posting all my trades, buys, sells, my trading ideas in our school group. And you can join that group for free. And the links are below in the show notes. And if you're a pure beginner, then please download my 6-month blueprint, because that explains everything that I personally did in the first 6 months. And it's a good roadmap for you starting your own journey as well. So in this podcast, I want to talk about momentum trading. Now, I do want to emphasize that, when I started this journey, I had a goal to become a full-time day trader, and I sort of still have that goal. I want to sit at my desk. I want to run through the pre-market routine. I want to execute trades quickly. But unfortunately, with my current schedule, my family life at home, I just noticed that it wasn't in the cards for me yet. And this is how I sort of stumbled on a momentum trading strategy inspired by one of the traders that I follow that I've mentioned quite a bit, the great Matsby. So that is who I've been learning a lot from over the past, 6 months or so, or maybe a little bit longer. So if you're a beginner and you're sort of eyeing day trading, but maybe you're also feeling like you can't, make time in your schedule to get in front of the screen for pre-market, or, even if you're trading Forex, maybe, it's just not working with your schedule. It's a little stressful to, be in and out of trades every day. Then maybe, this type of strategy or other types of strategy might work as well. So there's so many types of strategies out there. Day trading has several types. You could do more of a swing trading type of strategy where you're in and out of trades maybe weekly or a little bit longer. And then you can also do a strategy that focuses a little bit more on momentum. And that's sort of what I am doing here. So what is momentum trading? Basically, momentum trading is like buying something with a strong bull trend when prices are climbing steadily, backed by technical indicators and market structure. So higher highs and higher lows, showing that it's a solid setup and should keep rising because the buyers are sort of in charge. So the strategy that I'm doing, it is momentum trading, but it also mixes a little bit of, swing trading. And, you can get in and out of trades with some of the techniques. But for the most part, I think the idea here is that you want to accumulate shares in low support zones with a strong bullish structure. And over time, that can generate a lot of wealth for you rather than getting in and out of trades. Because you don't have the time to be in front of the screen trading that much. And, for many people, especially beginners, when you buy something in a low support zone and just hold it, you can make some really good gains. If that market structure is bullish and, just holding onto that compounds, over, the time that you're holding it. There are many stocks out there that over the course of a year or several years might grow and make big gains. But sometimes those gains are only found in like a few days of within that year. So that meaning that when you hold on to a stock like that or a security, then holding can sometimes over the long run give you some real good wealth creation. On the flip side, there are benefits of day trading as well. You're in and out of trades, you're making profits every day. So day trading, it's fast, it's buy and sell a few hours, which can be good, but also can be tough. And I've noticed that it just doesn't work for me. So momentum trading, it takes longer. Like, you hold positions for days and weeks or even longer. You're mixing, so you're not sort of in and out of trades every day. So it's kind of similar to swing trading where you catch part of a price move without watching it every second. And you're not really stressed out by the day-to-day types of movement. So for some beginners, it could be a good fit. You don't need to be super fast with your trades. You can look for clear signs, and you can sometimes even make trades like put limit orders in. Look at the charts at night and put your trades in, and you might notice when a stock might be hitting resistance, and you can put your sell orders in or your stops in, and so on. So for those reasons, I found it to be quite useful. And I do share more about the specifics of this trading strategy. And then again, I am sort of documenting a real money trading challenge where I'm sharing my trades and sharing some ideas in our school group. So you can get even a better understanding of this particular strategy with some of my explanations. So I use basic tools like market structure, moving averages, Fibonacci levels, the Ichimoku cloud, and some Gann tools for the setup. And again, some of my trades I can plan and I can execute on my time when that is available for me. So when the kids are napping or at night when the market is closed, I can kind of look and see, okay, for this stock, it's going to head up to resistance. So I want to maybe take profits there. And if we retrace back to this support zone, that is where I'd want to buy. And I can put those good to canceled limit orders in. So for me and for some beginners, why this momentum trading strategy might be a bit better than day trading with your current schedule at the moment. Again, day trading, it's exciting. Traders are making fast money. I like that idea. And to be honest, I still want to do that. That is my end goal, but it's hard with my schedule right now. So some people might enjoy a momentum trading strategy. It works a little bit better with your time. Again, I mentioned I look at the charts at night. I can set my trades a little bit less stressful. Day trading, you got to be in and out of trades. You got to make quick decisions. Sometimes when you use a momentum trading strategy, you just buy a support and you can relax and not watch the day-to-day fluctuations. It's somewhat easier, I think, or what I've noticed. Again, I haven't tested many day trading strategies out there, but this one doesn't seem overly complicated. Every strategy is hard to stick to when you're trading real money, but this one just seems kind of basic and a little bit easier to at least understand and follow. That's what I've noticed. And again, you're going to learn a lot no matter what strategy you use. But this one I've noticed helps me learn patience, helps me plan trades. And I'm learning more about, the general market, also general market structure, and watching the indexes and seeing how they're doing. So I think even when I move to a day trading strategy, everything that I'm doing with this particular one, I think I'm going to be gaining a lot of knowledge that is going to be helpful. Now, it does also sort of have to do with market cycles. And, I haven't learned a lot about market cycles. So I'm going to mention them here briefly, but I would encourage you to maybe look into this further. And I'm going to look into it more as well. And I think with market cycles, it'll help when you're in the market for an actual cycle and you can experience some of these things. Like there's an accumulation sort of zone or trend where prices are relaxed and, nothing is really happening. The buyers and sellers are sort of just equal in their purchasing and selling power. So people are just kind of, chugging along and not too much is happening. Then there's a markup section here where prices are climbing. Traders are piling in. There's more momentum that is building up. And then there's a distribution part where, the peak hits and things slow down. Smart money might be kind of slowly cashing out, and then a markdown where prices might be dropping and the cycle reset. So I think you see a lot of that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin sort of follows a cycle. Some stocks do. So Nvidia over the last few years certainly has ramped up, 10x. And now you can kind of see, if you look at the charts, it might be sort of peaking over and some money might be moving out, might be moving into some other things. So I think I don't personally have enough knowledge about market cycles. It's something I want to look into more, but certainly something to also potentially you can look into a little bit more. It's something I want to focus on a little bit more, but momentum trading can potentially follow some market cycles. So I know people that are trading Bitcoin right now, they believe that the Bitcoin cycle, some of them believe that it might have topped. Some still believe that this cycle has more room to grow. And there are factors that kind of influence their beliefs in that this cycle is still not topped and Bitcoin has more room to grow. So they're trading this cycle. They still have money in it. They might be buying the dips on Bitcoin and so on. So that's sort of how that works. So as a beginner, I don't think you need to worry about too much of the details. You can sort of learn them over time, especially like I mentioned, when you're involved in a market, you can kind of live through a cycle and understand how it kind of moved. I think that's, experience that you can only gain from being in the market. You can't really learn that. But you can kind of think of trading where you can check if the market structure looks good, like prices trending up, higher highs. So that's what I do with some of the charts. Is the high time frame market structure still bullish? Then, this could be a good stock to consider buying at support. So it could be just as simple as that to start with. So in terms of a guide for this momentum trading, in our school group, I explain a little bit more about this specific strategy. And again, watching my trades can help you learn a little bit more about this if you are interested. But, a basic rundown would be kind of like, you choose a market and you check some of the trends. So for me, I'm choosing tech stocks, Bitcoin related stocks. So some of the miners that might have potential to run higher. And you look for good market structure, finding that the prices are maybe going up or holding steady. Even with this market decline, we want to see some stability in the indexes and see some of these stocks continue their bullish structure. You don't want to chase prices, so we want to buy only with support levels. And then in our school group, I kind of mentioned how you can find some of these support levels with various indicators. We want confluence between several of them, indicating that, that could be a strong support zone. You stick to the plan. So, any strategy you follow is going to have a plan. If you veer from that, you're going to make mistakes. And I think over time, you're going to lose money. So that's a real number one thing for all beginners is have a strategy, but stick to it. So only have some rules here, buy at support, do not chase. Buy at the breakout back tests and only allocate a certain amount of money for every trade. And then be patient and stay calm. You might buy something in a momentum trading strategy at a support level, and it might sit there for days or even weeks, just over and over retesting this support zone over and over before it's ready to break out. So many times you will buy with this strategy and the stock might not move up for weeks or even months. But that's just the slower nature of this strategy. So for the strategy, it's sort of like, you can view it as a wealth accumulation strategy that could be good for beginners just starting to execute some trades in a less stressful environment and, spend some time and just slowly start to trade rather than, getting in and out in a day. So again, momentum trading, just to wrap up here, it isn't only about fast profits. It's also about building wealth over time. So again, day trading, it's quick and exciting. And some professionals, they're profiting from it on a daily basis. That is amazing. It's something I still want to achieve. But right now, momentum trading, it's good. It's slower. It lets you catch some bigger price moves without some added stress. That could be a benefit. Beginners like me, I find it easier way to start, and it doesn't take over my life because I just don't have a lot of time to dedicate to this at the moment. So that's what I have personally found. So when prices drop, like they have been here, late March and early April, with this, whatever you want to call it, this quick flash crash with all the tariffs and some of the other economic things that are happening in the world, you can buy support levels where prices have potentially stopped falling and potentially other buyers show up. So I could be scared to do that with all the market volatility and the unrest right now. But, there are some support zones. And if you believe that the stocks are going to, rally in the future, with which, I personally do, and certainly not financial advice, but there could be some good support zones that are worth buying into. And then over time, that could be really good for you. So for new traders, I think this matters. It's not about making fast moves all day. You're following a trend that's already going and you're buying low and you're holding longer. So it's simpler to learn than day trading, in my opinion, from just my little experience that I have. And it teaches us some useful things like spotting trends, buying at support, handling risk. So again, I found it useful, but at the same time, I'm certainly not an expert in day trading, nor have I really traded or attempted to day trade. So, it's been useful for me, but take that with a grain of salt, as I don't have a ton of experience actually day trading. So again, when I started this journey, I thought day trading was the way to go, and I am pursuing that. But I learned that this strategy works for me, and I learned that there are so many other strategies as well. So in our school group, many people are trading different types of strategies, but it's a great place to stay accountable. So I certainly recommend joining if you haven't. So again, my end goal is to do day trading when my schedule becomes more accommodating for that. But in the meantime, I've been doing real day trading, real money trading with this momentum strategy, made some good trades already, and I'm enjoying it. I can see myself doing this and potentially doing some day trading as well as like a combination. So we'll see how that works out. So I hope that you found this useful. I felt like I was repeating myself a little bit in this podcast. Certainly, day trading is great. It's something I want to pursue, but at the moment, this has worked for me. It might work for you. Hopefully you found this useful. And again, in our school group, we've got more information about this particular strategy, and you can follow some of my trades that I'm actually doing. And I do my best to kind of give updates and explain some of my thinking with some of my trades to help you kind of understand a little bit more about what is going on. So thanks so much for listening, and we will talk with you in the next episode.